And we're here at the Norristown 4th of July Parade, and we're here with the Buxmont Democratic Socialists, and we're going to talk to them for just a few moments and find a little bit about their organization and about what they're doing. Who'd like to talk to me a little bit about who the Buxmont Democratic Socialists are?
I would say I'm David, and the Buxmont branch of the Philadelphia chapter of Democratic Socialists of America is a new group. We've probably been officially sanctioned now for just about a year, and we're here in Norristown for the block party here. We have a resolution that we've presented to Norristown Council in support of Medicare for All. We're doing other community projects as well. Jim could probably answer some of that as well. Yeah, we're just having conversations. A lot of it ends up revolving around healthcare, Medicare for All in particular. But there are other issues that we've been involved with as well. We could go into them further.
That's great. So can you just give me a quick, what do Democratic Socialists stand for?
I'm sorry. I would just say, I mean, the way I view this and the way it seems interesting to people to hear it, it's a democracy movement. This is an expansion of democracy. So what we want is to have a real and more comprehensive democracy in our politics. We want increased democracy in our workplaces, and that can be unions and employee-owned businesses and things like that, and more democracy in our economy as a whole, where we can stake out long-term goals like a Green New Deal or sustainable economies, divesting from fossil fuels, some of those big targets, and how we want to distribute the resources of the country, and have that be submitted to a democratic process.
That's great. That's fascinating. So can you tell me about some of the activities that you have planned? Is that what we can do? Come on close to me.
Of course. My name's Jim. I'm actually from the Norristown area, and Buxmont DSA has been working on a lot of different activities the past year or so in the area. We do the Medicare for All canvases every month or so, or more than one a month. We go to council meetings. We do things related to immigration. We go to meetings to stand up for other groups and other groups of people who might be targeted by the administration that we have right now. We have a community garden in Norristown, which is great. We're probably going to grow about 160 pounds of tomatoes this year at the community garden over at the state hospital. And also we do socials and hikes and a lot of fun stuff like that. So it's both, we're doing this political activism, but we're also creating a community and trying to work with the communities that we're working in and have a good partnership.
That's great. Thank you. How can people get in touch with your organization?
They can check out Facebook. We're on Facebook, Buxmont DSA. Our email address is buxmontsoc, S-O-C, at gmail.com. That would be the most direct route.
That's great. And what's this? Can you talk a little bit about what Medicare for All means, so we can sort of clarify that for people who are watching?
Sure. Medicare for All, because Medicare is something familiar that people have heard of, it's a way of saying universal health care. In other words, every person here deserves health care as a human right, whether they are not 65 yet or over 65. It expands and improves on the existing Medicare to include dental and vision. This would cover mental health care, substance abuse treatment, and it would be at less of a cost than what we're spending now, because of all the money that goes into the administration and the profits of the insurance companies.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have worked with high school students on a regular basis, and I have tons of students who are uninsured and who are struggling right now to find, whether it's mental health or physical health or whatever, care, and are really struggling, literally can't find support and are living with conditions that are unhealthy. And so it seems to me that there's something here in what you're talking about. Do you have anything else you'd like to add to the Medicare for All idea?
I would just say, this is something that's going to take a lot of effort to have happen. There are a lot of very powerful groups who do not want to see this happen, and we really need to have a bottom-up, large, massive movement behind this idea. I would just encourage people to find out more about what the Medicare for All program is, figure out how they can contact their local representatives about this. This is why we're doing the Norristown resolution idea. We're trying to work this up through all levels of government, starting at the local level, and then having, we'll be having conversations with Congresswoman Dean ongoing, and try to have her become a co-signer of the bill. but it's going to take a lot of people and a lot of pushing to be able to get this through. But we need a big comprehensive block of a program that can't be undone in the dark piecemeal the way as it was happening to the ACA, and that's why we're kind of advocating for it's a longer term, heavier lift, and it's going to need a lot of people to do this. But once it's in place, it can stay. It's going to have, this is along the lines of like a Social Security program where it's universal, comprehensive, and it's just there for everybody, starting with the principle that healthcare is a human right.
That's great. That's really great.
One thing that it's Independence Day, and we were celebrating freedom, and I think without the freedom to be safe in your healthcare, to be safe in your economic condition, you don't really have true freedom. And what we're trying to get is true freedom. And so yeah, happy 4th.
Yeah, it's great. So we want to thank you guys for talking to us for a minute. It's great. Again, if you want to get in touch with them, we're going to have information right here below me. So if you're looking on the screen, you can copy down email address, and they're on Facebook, and you can check them out. And certainly, they're a resource to find out more about Medicare for All. So we want to thank you guys for coming to Norristown's Block Party and Parade, and we'll see you soon.